Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just gonna. Excuse me. Let me just greed real quick. Thank you. Okay. That's another boss down. And Caelid actually doesn't really have that many boss encounters, so we are gonna kind of just blaze on through here. I'm gonna, do I care about this side? Ooh, green, okay, let's try any of those sentences again. Green burst crystal tier, that's a great tier to have. I'm trying to think what this cave over here is, and if I can actually even access this cave from this side. It wouldn't be a big deal if I can't access this cave from this side, because since we've already cleared Limgrave, if I have to go to Limgrave to get into this area, I can. I just don't remember. One of the caves, it's like, I know you can only access it from one direction. But I believe this cave is fine. I'm trying to think, where is a putrid tree spirit here? Hey, now, be cool. I wonder too, like, these mutated dogs, like, crap, right? Hi. I don't think this is a boss fight. I think this is just, you just jump down here and get the Sword of St. Trina. Grab that lily while I'm over here. Oh, you're a Stone Sword Key, friend. And I know that things drop down here. Okay, I do have stone swords. Excuse me, pardon me, sorry. So here is the Sword of St. Trina, which is pretty fun. Its damage output's not great, but it does inflict sleep. And it's actually kind of fun to dual wield them. Oh, you know, I really wanted those lilies, but I don't know. You know, obviously, obviously I'm interrupting. I don't even know where the lily is. You guys destroyed the ruins. But clearly I'm trespassing. You don't want me here. And to be honest, I don't really want to be here. I don't think anybody really wants to be in Caelid. Sorry to talk crap about your home. I'm just going to mosey on along. So, excuse me. Hey, there's a grave. Okay. Oh, hey, you are still following me. I swear, like, Caelid is one of the areas that Elden Ring just turns into a horror game. Like, between the uncomfortable music and just everything is a terrible monstrosity. You know what? I don't even want whatever that last thing is going to be. Yeah, I can make this drop. Okay. I don't know what cave this is, but we'll find out together. Excuse me, gentlemen. The jail tunnel. Alright. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, hey, I'm one-handing this. Which actually, this is pretty quick one-handed. No, I guess it's about the same speed, whatever. Anyways, how do I get down? Do I just drop? So I've done this tunnel. I just have no idea what's in here. I think this might be what do you call it? The bull. I think this might be the bowl. But I'm not sure. I don't believe... Yep, crap. I don't believe that this is a smithing stone place. But we'll just do a little exploring, like a bell-bearing place. Hi. What's back here? I mean, so typically if it's a location that I don't go to, it's something that doesn't have anything for builds that I like to play. Excuse me. So whatever's in here, it's not something that I care about. Like, whatever's in this dungeon is not something that I care about. Because I never come here. But, it's also just fun to just explore and see what's you know, around. Lots of good upgrade materials in here. Which, like, so when you get the bell bearings... Oh, the cross naginata. I believe that's one that people like a lot. There's kind of this cool thought that, like, once you get the smithing stone bell bearings, like, what does it matter to gather smithing stones in the wild? But it helps you save money, which, like, if you think about just kind of optimizing your build, every room that you don't have to spend on upgrade materials helps.
In this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts.
Oh, hey, I was hoping that I'd get both of you in that swing. Alrighty. I really should have gotten coffee instead of tea before I started filming. I'm very tired. For what? There's nobody around, unless the workers... Oh, the workers listened to your call! I assumed it was only your friends! Okay, those who you oppress also respond to your call. Good to know. I mean, that's an assumption on my part. Maybe the Redmanes hired these guys. Maybe they're union. Maybe it's not indentured servitude, like I assume. You know, I don't know anything about the political structure of Caelid. For all I know, these guys are just like, they love mining. I thought there was somebody else up here. I guess not. Good God, I miss plunge attacks. Stop. Okay, well. What does the Grace Mimic do? I've never used... There's so many items that I never use in this game. So... that is... Oh, okay, okay. So if I were doing Alexander's quest properly, this is where I would meet Alexander. Yeah, okay. Are there 2 boss encounters here? I am confused. Hold on. Hi, Alexander. We'll talk in a second. Because that goes out into Limgrave. And I think there's... one of the twirly swords is here, I think. I will talk to you in a sec, Alexander, and I will deal with his boss in a sec. This goes out... Yeah, this goes to Limgrave. Is this where the other twirly sword is? So there's like the sword of Eochad, but there's another sword that's all twirly. It's not here, I don't think. Maybe it is here. I don't know. Anyways, we're not using it for this build, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah, so I think this is the boss that I don't like, because I remember dying to this boss a lot and being very upset that Alexander just stands there and won't help me.
Esteemed warrior, where did you spring from?
Literally, I was right next to you.
What's going on here? A door from thin air.
Or right in front of you.
Things happen at sea, or so I'm told. But onward to the Caelid wilds. Gosh, that dead end had me rather stumped.
I love that Elden Ring and Dark Souls, like, they always have one friendly NPC who just always gets stuck at doors and doesn't know where to go. I'm trying to figure out how Alexander is fitting through these doors. Alright, so I don't like the Falling Star Beasts. And I remember, like, losing a lot to this boss and being like, Alexander, you could help me.
Alexander, be reasonable!
Oh, this is a magma worm. Okay. Well, somewhere I have to fight a Falling Star Beast in a cave, and I don't enjoy doing so. That's not where I want to be. Alright, go for your little walkabout. Turn the arena into soup. I feel like I'm not in a good spot. You, however, do bleed. Get some stamina up. Try to get some bleed going here. I feel like a lot of times it's not really worth... I'm sorry. I feel like a lot of times it's not really worth doing the... Like when they're stunned, doing the big hit on them. Especially if you have like a status effect weapon. Or like a proc weapon. I really thought you were going to coat your sword. I guess only certain magma worms coat their weapon. Yeah, the damage output that you get from going in and doing the critical strike, I feel like just doesn't really justify what you can get from just getting some extra hits in instead. Crap! Proc lead. Proc lead. Pretty sure you, okay, well, good night. And another one bites the dust. Alright, we are just blasting through. Oh, that's where you get Moonveil. Okay. I have not done a Moonveil build in ages. Moonveil's fun. How many bosses are we down? We're down 10 bosses. Okay, I guess we'll go to this cave. I'm trying to think what's the quickest way to get to it. Yeah, alright. Let's go from the inner Aeonia, I believe is a quick way to get there. Okay. Where are we going? I believe this is a bell-bearing cave. This might also be where you get Poison Mist, which is another fun little cheese thing to have. Oh, darn. I thought that this was one of the weapons that you trailed along the ground. Alright, we'll get that later. The invisible ones I find are a lot easier either if you have an AoE spell or if you have a weapon that you can just kind of trail along the ground, so you just kind of hold it out and ride alongside them. So they ride into your weapon as opposed to you having to kind of try to like get your timing perfect. Maybe this is where the boss that I was thinking of is at. Maybe I should spend this money. I'm not going to. I take a risk in life. Alright, this dungeon is a fun one, because you can easily, when you first start the game, accidentally warp yourself here. And then you're in Sheol. Alright, bye Felicia. Okay, listen. That was uncalled for. Yen had to do me like that in front of my... I just heard a weird noise. You ain't gotta do me like that in front of my friends. That was very rude. Just because I smacked you in the face. There's a spell here and I don't know what it is. You are not where I thought you would be. Rock Blaster is super fun. I wasn't as impressed with Crystal Sorceries as I was hoping I would be. But Crystal Sorceries can be really fun. I think kind of the thing with Crystal Sorceries is their poise damage buildup is pretty great, I believe. Excuse me. Oh, hi, hello, hi. I was not aware that I had a friend with me. I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. And I did. Turns out I did see something out of the corner of my eye. Go a figure. Okay, well. Guess I should have trusted my instincts. Alright, we're gonna deal with you first. Or we're gonna just... Alright. I didn't think that your thing could get in here. Sounds like he's having like a really rough burp. Got some bad indigestion. Okay. The Faithful Canvas Talisman, I believe, adds... What does the Faithful Canvas Talisman do? I've been running around with an empty talisman slot this whole time. Oh, right. Because it made me heavy. Raises potency of incantations. Okay, well, that's useless for this build. Okay. I believe this is where the Falling Star Beast is. I think. Yeah, okay. Wait. Oh, I was like, can I get in here without aggroing you? And like a lot of bosses, the head is the weak point. Excuse me, pardon me, I was out of go-go juice. And excuse me, pardon me. Oh, I thought you were going to do 3 in a row. No, thank you. Bro, please. Oh, that was way too early. I would like to fight you, and you're just over here trying to run away from me. So you can actually, if you can hit him in the head when he does that... Yep, okay. If you can hit him in the head when he does that, you can actually get him to stumble. Okay. Okay, so the Falling Star Beasts, I was trying to think of the lore during the fight. The Falling Star Beasts, as the name implies, are part of the alien invaders that are going on in Elden Ring's lore. Like, it's crazy because Elden Ring is like a dark fantasy game, but it's also a sci-fi game. It kind of makes me think a little bit of Roger Zelazny's Lord of Light, which is a fantastic novel if you've not read it. The idea of Lord of Light, and okay, don't do that. The idea of Lord of Light is like it seems very fantasy, and then as the book goes on, you realize it's like sci-fi, space opera, science adventure, and it's a similar vein here. I'm going to pause a second while I try to think what boss fight I have next. I guess I could just go ahead and run through here and fight the boss that I have to fight, because this fight is easier to get to if you don't do region lock. Or rather, if I hadn't said that Radon was going to be my last fight, it would be easier. I should spend this money. It would be easier because you fight Radon, and then when you're done fighting Radon, you just end the Radon Festival, and then you go back to that side of Grace, and you just boom right there at the boss room. This is kind of an annoying dungeon to navigate. But, okay. Well... But yeah, there are these alien invaders that came to the lands between, and it's crazy that you're doing this high fantasy adventure, but then you've got these everything associated with gravity is something that came from the stars and invaded this world. So you've got like this high fantasy, dark fantasy, but also cosmic horror, but also sci-fi. This mixes so many genres. So we are... Oh, no! Oh, Lord. Okay, let's just do this for a little bit. Because there's this thing with Elden Ring where your acceleration, like, if it's a fall that you should be able to survive, you still will die. Because, like, if you catch yourself on a higher ledge, you will still die because the timer for your fall has not reset yet. It's not an instantaneous reset on that fall timer. I don't know what that Scarab is, but I know it's not part of our build, so I'm going to just ignore it. Where? There. But you can see a lot of people, or a lot of entities that use gravity are in this area. So it's just something interesting to think about, and that to me kind of speaks to, and this is, I'm not the first person to have this lore call out, the idea that Radon learned gravity magic in this region, and seems to have some manner of an emotional resonance with the people here. And so there's some belief that maybe he held back the stars because that meteor was a risk of destroying a place that he cared about a great deal. So it, maybe had less to do with him holding back his sister's destiny and more to do with him wanting to protect a place that he cared about. Because as I talked about before, Radon is a very sentimental individual. Oh, my dodge timing was off so bad. And since he has glowy eyes, I get extra runes. So if you ever encounter an enemy with glowing golden eyes, that enemy drops extra runes on takedown. Where am I going? Redmane Castle is kind of neat too. I don't want to deal with you. Where there's one dog, there's more. If you've ever played the Convergence mod, which maybe we will on the channel at some point, Convergence turns... I hear somebody. Convergence turns Redmane kind of into a proper dungeon, where it's a much bigger location with a lot more going on. Sorry, I just can never tell which one of you guys are actually going to be violent towards me, so better safe than sorry. This just leads out there. This was the door that we couldn't open. But yeah, it takes this area and it actually turns it into a proper dungeon, where it's like a whole big thing you have to explore. I believe it does the same for... I think Stormvale, it turns into a much bigger location as well. Oh, hi, Tony the Tiger. These guys. Alright, do I want to deal with these guys? Why not? Can I just aggro one of you? I just want to deal with one of you. That was not smart! My dodge timing is so bad. Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna... Alright, so we're both half asleep today, I guess. Okay, I was hitting L2. I hard disagree. That was entirely my fault. But the other time I was hitting L2. I should probably heal. Oh, hey, there's enemies here. Can you tell I don't run this dungeon? Oh, God! No! Okay, well, that was an experience. Alright, let's continue to make bad choices in life. Let's keep making all the bad choices. Let's keep making all the bad choices. No, thank you. I would rather not, actually. I would really rather not is the thing. I thought about it and I said no. I wonder what that scarab was. Okay, well, now that I've exhausted like all my resources, let's go this way, I think? No. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where am I trying to be? I don't know if you can ever actually open the front gates to this place. I don't think that's a thing you can do. Maybe in one of the guardhouses. Okay, so I came from here, I think. I don't know, let's go over here. I'm a little turned around. Like, I know the general idea of where I want to go, but I'm not quite sure how to get there. Okay, yeah, okay, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Oh, I was really hoping that I could just jump right by you. And you didn't allow me to. And you know what? You were just doing your job. It's your duty to stop me. Hey! You know what? You guys are just trying to do your job, and I appreciate that. You got a job to do. You know, Radon is known to eat his fellows now, so I can understand you wanting to keep me out. I will put in a good word for you and let your boss know you performed your duties admirably, if not amicably. Okay, well, we don't need this. We do need this. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me actually mix my flask how I want to. Because Green Burst is phenomenal. So let's mix our Wondrous Physic and... Oh, I don't want to give up either of these, actually. I need stamina more than I need a free hit, though. Okay. Let's just pop this before we pop into here. And you know, ideally, we would take out the Misbegotten before I'm not two-handing. Alright, well, we're not going to take out the Misbegotten before. Although the Crucible Knight is good about letting you have your duel. I was really hoping for a bleed proc. Okay. Right, like the Crucible Knight's really good at about backing off and letting you do your thing. So now... I was so off on that timing. I was trying to decide between, like, am I going to try to parry this or am I going to just dodge it? Commit. You should commit in life and you should commit in Elden Ring. Excuse me. No thank you. The Crucible Knights look so cool. For the longest, the Crucible Knight armor was like my main armor when I would play the game. It's one of my favorite armor sets. And we're just going to parry you to oblivion. Go ahead. Excuse me. Are you going to tail whip? Hey. Oh! I committed to antagonizing him, like, way too late for me to do anything. Like, I realized he was going to go ahead and attack at the same time. I was like, well, I'm already committed to this attack animation, so... Excuse me. Let me just top off real quick. Tail whip. Okay. Shield bash. And parry. And thank you. And also, I've seen this question asked around online a lot. You do actually still build up bleed proc when you are doing the critical strikes. It just builds very slowly, so like unless you're using like a very low level weapon, you're not likely to see that bleed proc. I dodged what I should have parried, and I parried what I should have dodged. I don't know if you can parry that running slash. I would assume not, but maybe you can. But yeah, you do still build up bleed. When you do these moves, it just builds so slowly that you're not likely to see that proc. Okay. Ruin's Great Sword is actually a very fun weapon.